Nigerian passport holders are facing harsh sanctions from foreign countries. Hello everyone, welcome back to Global Pulse Daily. The former president of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, died in London on Sunday after a prolonged illness at the age of 82. Late President Buhari was president of Nigeria from 2015 to 2023, and prior to that, he has been the head of military from 1983 to 85. We are so sorry for the loss of the president, and we sympathize with the Nigerian population. But this brings me to an important topic. It is really unfortunate that most African presidents have to travel abroad for treatment. Why can't we have reference hospitals in Africa? Why can't these African presidents invest in building state-of-the-art hospitals each time they have to travel abroad for treatment? This is better for them because they can afford it. What about the population of Africans who cannot afford treatment in those other countries? It is sad to see that the president has ruled the country for almost 8 years, and in that country there was no specific hospital that could cater for him. He has to travel abroad to another continent for treatment. This is peculiar about African presidents. I know African presidents are always excited about money, so let me give them the maths. We will pick UK, for example. As of July 2025, medical tourism has estimated about $40 billion this year. This is mainly coming from presidents and people in third world countries. It means we have the money to spend for medical treatment, which we can spend in our own continent, in our own countries. It means money is not the problem. It is estimated that Africa, as for July, has spent about $1 to $2 billion in the UK for medical tourism. This is just in one country. That medical tourism is just for the UK. What about other countries? The US, India, China, France? African presidents decide to build a state-of-the-art hospital that can cater for some of these illnesses. Rather than taking taxpayers' money from Africa and giving it to Europe, why can't they develop these hospitals back home? Why can't they invest in hospitals, in medical treatment in each of their countries? They have the luxury to travel abroad for treatment. Not everybody does. There are people, as we talk right now, who are dying from very basic illnesses that can be treated. But because our presidents believe that they have to travel abroad for treatment, they don't invest in that sector. And not to talk about the specialists. We have seen that people of African descent are very good medical doctors all over the world. There are many doctors of African descent that can come back home and provide treatment for cancer, for fertility, for whatever it is. We have those specialists. We just lack the infrastructures. And I bet you if any of them are even trying to build something like that in these countries, they will be faced with unforeseen taxes. This is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense for Africa to keep living this way. It is time for our presidents to invest in us. The standards for African presidents is going to be His Excellency President Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. If you evaluate your president from January to June to July and you have not seen what your president has done for you, then it's time for your president to come out and tell us what he has been doing. Still in Nigeria, Nigerian passport holders are facing a whole lot of sanctions from countries like the US and the UAE. They are coming up with the fact that Nigerians overstayed their welcome. There's a lot of corruption. Whatever the reason they are giving, it's not what we are seeing online. As we know, the US president is requesting some African countries to take immigrants, to take bandits from Venezuela to Africa. This is uncalled for. It is really sad to see if any of these African countries are going to fall to this. Africa is not a dumping site for immigrants or for terrorists or for cartel members. If the US has a problem with cartels, it can continue building prisons to host those cartel members. They can continue building prisons and host cartel members. As we all know, prison is a very lucrative business in the USA. Africa is not going to be a dumping site for waste, for bandits, for criminals. We are tired. It is time for us to move over. It is time for us to develop ourselves. We are still waiting to see which of these African presidents or countries are going to let in cartel members from Venezuela and destroy the population of Africa and intoxicate the people of the region. While others are restricting Africa from visas, Kenya has opened the door for all African nationalities, for all Africans to travel to Kenya visa-free. This is a very good initiative, and I wish all African countries can incorporate this or can take this into action. Africa has to look like one country. It is a continent, but we have to act like a single country. We have to break all these trade barriers that we have imposed on ourselves. We have to break all these imaginary boundaries that the West put on us. We have to be able to move freely in Africa. We applaud the Kenyan president for having this initiative, although it's said it's coming a little bit late, but it's better late than never. And we encourage all other African countries to do the same. Egypt is building a world-class capital. It is said that this capital is mainly for administrative purposes, and also it's a strategy made by the president so that he cannot be overthrown. There are so many rumors going on around the world in regards to this. But that aside, the capital is so beautiful and is going to attract a lot of investments. A lot of companies are going to come into the area. This project started a long time ago in Egypt, but as of now, it is about 70% completed. It is said most of the residential areas have been occupied by the Egyptians, and administrative buildings have been occupied by all the administrative components of the government. This is a state-of-art capital. They are gradually removing their capital from Cairo into a new district, which is a good initiative. However you look at it, it is expanding the capital, improve trade. We also pray that some of these congested African capitals to be decongested in this manner. We know Ghana is looking at a way of expanding their capital also in this manner. We wish other African countries can do the same. This is the time for Africa to move ahead and not behind. As Nigeria mourns the loss of their president, we pray for them and we wish them all the best of luck. But then, what do you think? Is it time for African presidents to invest in Africa, especially in the medical section? Because it is a lucrative business. If you like my content, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching Global Pulse. Have a great day.